our pastor was doing a sermon called Ears to Hear, and he was talking about the 4 ways to listen. And I believe these guys are actually actively listening.
That's the 4th one. So tell us what that is.
So that's just they're listening, they're engaging, and they're open to change.
Yeah.
Which is different than like if you watched, and we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but like the Tucker versus Ted Cruz, if you listen to that podcast, it was so petty. And so it's one of those arguments where no one is trying to learn and put themselves in the other person's shoe and analyze their own position.
Right.
All they're doing is, especially Tucker, was just trying to argue over technical stuff. He wasn't interested in learning anything versus that method where your brain, and that's why I love podcasts. You're getting data, you're ingesting it, and you're fully listening to it, and then you're actually putting it up against your own thoughts and beliefs and saying, does this make sense? The story of Jesus, I think when anybody with brains hears it, it's very hard not to come along. And I think you're seeing that with Joe Rogan. He may light up a doobie and sit there and think about Jesus and decide... But you know what? He's going to church.
Yeah. I saw a headline, I think last week, that he has been attending church regularly. And I'm going to go back to those levels of hearing real quick. Now they got it pulled up, but you got fake hearing, which is no interest, no investment at all. It's like your wife's talking to you and you're playing on your phone and she's like, did you hear me? You're like, yeah, I heard you. But you didn't hear her.
No, you weren't listening.
Listening to replies, listening only to defend or engage without any change.
That's what most of your politicians, they're only listening for that break so that they can talk over you and get their point across. They're not listening to learn.
I'm right kind of thing.
Let's talk about that one real quick. Because have y'all ever, because I really work hard on this myself, because have you ever caught yourself as you're working on it, you'll find yourself naturally, like if you're having a good argument, discussion about politics or life or marriage, whatever, and your brain stops listening, like you can tell, like you've stopped and you're already generating your next thought. You have to actively work to shut that down and focus in just what they say. It's hard.
There's a real life story that no one of our audience knows. We had a pretty heated discussion on an episode. We were recording one day and it never made it out. But that happened. That in